there's not enough time to get everything done. And that's just a fact. And if you're like me, building a business or trying to do something of significance, it feels like there's an endless pressure to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep sprinting, to keep rushing forwards. And it's taken me a long time to get comfortable with that, because it's hard. It's hard. I've always had the mindset of if you're not growing, you're shrinking. And if you're not going forwards, you're going backwards. It's really challenging. But after a while, I feel like I've come to peace with it. And I know full well that feeling does not go away. No matter what you're doing, you can work 20 hours a day. You've always got more to do. There's always just a little bit extra. Just another thing you could have done, should have done. And it's really easy to forget that entrepreneurship and starting a business and growing something cool it just takes so much time. And I think one of the biggest problems is not that people are not willing to wait, but that the expectation is something should happen straight away. And it won't, I promise. There are a few people on social media, great example, a few people on social media that put a handful of posts up and it blows up. They've got millions of subscribers and viewers and this and that. And I mean, Sam Sulek is a really good example. If you're not in the bodybuilding world, then that might make little sense. But it's a lad who trains, he's an absolute animal, young man, and videos and films all these videos, all these training sessions and talking and all that lot. And he has got, I think, 4 million subscribers. He might have been the quickest person to get like from 1 to 2. There's some statistics where he crushed it. But at the same time, it's easy to look at that and be like, wow, that looks good. But is that not the exact same thing as walking into a casino, watching somebody slap one of the buttons on one of the slot machines and £100,000 just fall out of it? You could walk in, you could be under the illusion of, whoa, this is how you make money. Brilliant. I'm going to dive in. He only put £10 in and 100,000 came out. This guy knows how to print money. When in reality, there was how many people beforehand that filled that machine up? Casinos are for profit. We all know this, and we all accept that casinos are for profit. And we obviously don't go in thinking, wow, this is a nice way to make easy money. Even talking to the person themselves, they might be like, yeah, I've played this machine for 4 days now and I haven't slept. And you'd be like, I didn't see that bit. The context is really important. But at the same time, £100,000 might fall out. They might have put 150 in, you know? So you never really know the stories, the tales, and how these people came to success. There's a lot of luck involved. The right place at the right time is a big part of it. But like my dad always used to say when we were playing golf, and this has stuck with me forever, the more you practice, the luckier you get. So the more time you put yourself out there doing the thing, the more chance you've got of things going surprisingly well. If you're not in the casino, you're not going to win 100 grand. But at the same time, you need to accept that that's probably not likely, you know? And I'm a big believer. Social media is not a casino. It's not. Because to some extent, it's with an audience. It's not with a machine. It's with people, and they need to enjoy and watch and process. But the luck comes from lucky breaks. What if YouTube goes... I mean, there's billions of people watch on YouTube. Literally billions. And you can't even get your head around that number. I mean, a billion's 1,000 million. There's 1,000 million people on YouTube. And YouTube's like, right, we've got a video here, or we've got a business, or we've got something. Let's show it to the right people. It can't show everything to everyone. That's, again, it's just part of the look, shall we call it. Part of playing the game. It's part of practicing, but getting lucky. So this is just a quick one to say, look, there feels like there's urgency, there feels like there's rush, but at the end of the day, you've just got to keep showing up. That's all you've got to do. You just got to keep doing it. And this is why it's so important to build a business or a YouTube channel or something that you're creating. It has to be a passion of yours. The topic has to be of interest. If I'd started selling dog blankets inflatable dog beds, I use that example quite a lot. If I started selling inflatable dog beds, I probably wouldn't be here, because I'll be honest, I'm not that arsed about dogs. I've had dogs in the past. At one point we had 3, and yeah, they were fine, but they're just dogs. Like, I'm not a massive animal person. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't run one over, but at the same time, I'm not having one either. But if that's not a passion, how can I be motivated to get up on the days where I didn't want to get out of bed, go to work, sit down, and start designing emails based on a topic I do not care about? How can you passionately research? How can you look things up? You probably won't be in networking circles with the right people, because they're not your people. And they can be. There's big Venn diagrams and overlaps everywhere, but my 13 years in the gym proves really useful, because I go to a gym and I know what things are. I know how to lift weights, roughly, and it's just so valuable to be in a niche that's important to you. But at the same time, going back to the rush, what is the rush? And when you weigh it up, I heard a phrase recently. A guy said that him and his co-founder used to say, we're millionaires, we just haven't been paid yet. And that's exactly how I feel. It's really bizarre. I am not a millionaire. I don't have any sort of significant wealth. Brackets. Yet. That's the plan. That's what I'm working towards. That is the goal. I don't want to say that's my life's work, because that seems ridiculous. But at the same time, it's such a powerful goal, and that headspace is so important that I'm fully happy that one day my net worth will be over $1 million. It will. I feel like I'm on track. Like, I'm just doing the things. I've just not played the game long enough yet. And it's easy to look at social media, like we say, going back, and people having this instant success and this immediate gratification. And that's just not the case. It's just not. If you put these people side by side, the businesses that take off overnight and blow up versus the ones that have been here for 100 years, there's a massive difference. There's a theory, I suppose, called the infinite game. I think it's Simon Sinek that says that, and he says, build your business like you're trying to make it be here forever. You would make different decisions if you were building a business that's just trying to make you a millionaire versus a business that's going to be here for 100 years. You make different decisions. I'm sorry, this bit of road is so bumpy. You make different decisions going down that journey. If you were just trying to make some quick money, you probably are dropping new products every few weeks, launching new things, working with new influencers, the whole flash in the pan, getting go, we've got to get in and get out. And that's what a lot of big businesses do when they acquire smaller businesses. That's it. Like, you do the work to get it up to a point where they can scale it. They scale it up. They 3, 4, 5, 10x it, and then they sell it on for even more. That's private equity 101. That's all they do. But they're in the business of growing businesses. I'm in the business of having a sustainable business that makes really good products, that has really well satisfied customers. You look on our Trustpilot at Murgs, that's the business I own and run if anyone's interested. There's 570 5-star reviews. Why? Because sometimes you've just got to... Oh, nearly crashed into an Asda van. Not really, this road's just a little tight. Yeah, so... Oh, I hate when that happens. You totally lose your train of thought, and now I'm just like lost in the weeds. But yeah, you're trying to build a business that lasts forever, and trying to build really good products, really satisfy these customers. There's times when a customer's come back to me and said, oh, XYZ's happened. And from 100 miles away, I can say, bullshit. That is not what that does. That did not do that. And you have trashed your product, and now you're coming to me. And the normal version of me would be like, go away, you idiot. But at the same time, I'm a business owner. That is a customer. That is a customer that I have acquired. I don't necessarily say you buy customers, but it costs money to get new customers, right? It costs money to get new people in the door, to understand your product, to know what you're doing. And that person is already on the list. Their next thing is, how do Murgs look after me in customer support? And that's where Murgs excels. That's so important. Look after these customers. Okay, so you send them, we sell knee sleeves and weightlifting things. So I send them out a brand new pair of knee sleeves. And then they're absolutely thrilled to bits, because their default response is companies normally tell you to go away. That's a pretty good one. They're like, no, you're outside your 10-minute warranty. Sorry about that. And you're like, but it's only been 11 minutes. They're like, whoa, soz. I don't understand that at all. You're just throwing money away. Okay, you break even on one order. So this customer places an order, you are shipping them out new products and this and that and the postage, you break even. Okay, what's wrong with that? Except you've now got someone who goes to their gym and goes, oh my God, I bought some knee sleeves from Murgs, don't tell anyone, I trashed them and they sent me some more. Yes, I get that some people come from this weird mindset of, oh, but I don't want everyone to do that. They don't. They really don't. People, if you've got a good audience, people do not take the piss like people imagine. People really respond well to being looked after, surprisingly so. And you should really take advantage of this. The bar is so low for customer support from companies and brands. It's amazing. Like, there's been people that have had faulty products at Murgs, and someone got a faulty product and it came back and I sent them a new one out, and then that one broke and it came back, so I sent them a new one out, and I think that one had a fault too. And in my head I'm like, this is clearly not us. Having 3 problems with the same thing, whatever you're doing to your knee sleeves is causing this to happen. So instead of giving her a refund on the last one, I was like, look, do you want to keep the knee sleeves and I'll send you a 50% refund? She was like, oh my God, yeah. And I thought, wow, that saved me some headaches, because now I don't have to deal with this anymore. That's now a massive relief from her. She's now just doubled or tripled the trust in Murgs, because she's thinking, anything goes wrong again, these guys are going to sort me out. They did not fob me off. They didn't mess about. They were like, here, we tried and tried and tried. And it's just so powerful to look after these customers. And I feel like brands that are in a rush are so quick to go, no, go away, next customer, find a new one. And it's like, why? What? If you're going fishing and you catch a big fish, there's nothing wrong with catching that same fish 10 times. But why would you not? You wouldn't throw it back and be like, whoa, Mr. Fish, don't you dare eat that bait again. I'm looking for a different one. I've already caught you. You'd be like, no, you come back all you like. You know, you can have Mr. Big Fish popping in every 5 minutes if you wanted. Oh God, you are a knob. So yeah, it's about building the business forever. And I get it. You feel like me. You feel like there's this incredible rush. It's like, I've got to keep moving. I've got to keep going. We've got to be doing new and different. And it turns out after a while, better beats new. You know, the times that we've launched new products and they've kind of been like, but we've improved one and it's like, wow, it was already good is some of the feedback. And you're like, ooh, and now it's even better. So anyways, we've gone around the hills a little bit there. But the point of it is, look after your customers. Build a business that you'd want to buy from. Build a business you'd want to deal with. Be trustworthy. Be reliable. It sounds obvious, yet it's not. I absolutely cannot believe the way that people run their businesses. It's so bizarre. So don't forget, someone out there is flexing on Instagram. They've got their Lamborghini, they're selling you a course, they've got the fancy Gucci sunglasses and whatever, all that shit. And for all you know, they just fleece their customers, they pissed everyone off, they upset everyone. I'm not saying scammed anyone, but at the same time, they use disingenuous practices. So they're some of the role models. And when you take a step back, it's like, wow, the context really matters. And there's part of me that does this for the sake of humanity. That sounds ridiculous. Like, I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not out here trying to take us to Mars. Honestly, not ever, actually. And I just want a business that leaves a positive impact on the world. I want a business where people come away thinking, wow, they do some good stuff and they really looked after me. There are some businesses out there that exist, and that can be you. So try and change your perspective on running a business. There is no rush. Step back. There is a rush because finances are important. You need to get to a point where you're financially stable. And I don't mean millionaire, like don't have to worry about your bills, because that's not where I'm at. I still have a mortgage, I still have bills, and sometimes it's like, I need to watch my spending this month. It's true, that's life, and that's how life would be with a normal job, right? Except this just gives you the freedom and satisfaction to be doing other things at the same time. So once you've got the money dialed in, and you can pay yourself, that's when, I'm not saying you can relax, but at the same time, you need to start appreciating the process, appreciate where you're at. Like, you'll be in a good position. And, yeah, I don't know. I've just been trying to practice more gratitude more and just be more thankful and grateful for the small things. I get stuck in these loops of We need to sell more. We need to do more. We want to do this much a month, and then this much a month. And it's like, yeah, okay. But why am I doing this? I'm not trying to sell the first half of my life to enjoy the second. Because not everybody makes it to the second half. Not everybody gets to 60. Full stop. That's it. Like, the amount of people that took loads of money away in pensions and savings and this and that, and I'm going to do this when I'm older, and, oh, you're dead. Oh, wow, that's anticlimactic. And it's like, yeah, there's got to be a bit of life enjoyed now. You don't have to lock yourself in a room for the next 10 years thinking, oh, I won't do anything now. I'll just make loads of money, and then later it'll be twice as good. It won't. No, it won't. I say this all the time. I'm a big car guy. I love my cars, and I'd love an Audi RS6. I'm currently now in an Audi A6. This is the second one I've owned. Would I be happier if this was an Audi RS6? Probably not. Honestly, there'd be now and again where I'd be like, now this is it. But at the same time, I'd still be doing what I'm doing. I'd still be just cruising around, except I'd just be using more fuel. You know, I just try and keep things into perspective for the bigger picture. And it's hard. It's really hard. The hardest part of being an entrepreneur is the mindset and the mentality. It is absolutely just balancing all these things, spinning all these plates at the same time and trying not to drop any. But the sooner you get comfortable with dropping one or two, or knowing you can't spin 5 plates at once, and you start with one and build up, then that's where you'll be. If you dive in trying to spin 5 plates at once, you'll have problems. In the same way that people don't realise if a business blows up overnight. If we got an advert on the Super Bowl, hypothetically, we win it. We win it in a competition, a Super Bowl ad. What happens? So the Super Bowl happens, the ad comes on, what? I just sell everything instantly. And then what? I can't sell anyone anything for, 4 to 6 weeks? Still have bills, still have people to pay. Yeah, some money comes in, but at the same time, that might not be sustainable. And there's a few other factors, but yeah, it's slow and steady wins the race, or at least that's my motto. And yeah, there's needs to be forward momentum. We need to keep moving, but when we're getting round the marathon, we don't have to keep sprinting. There are times when it's totally fine just to start walking. Just keep moving. And that's all it takes. Just the ability to not stop walking.